Peace and power, shalom, lahaim, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to everybody, and welcome back to everybody. Listen up, guys. Start tapping in to those memberships. Certain videos I will be placing under membership, and if you want exclusive access to them, you have to become a member. The Cash App is New Legend 77. All right, listen up. We all go through catastrophic things in life. However, some of those things are out of our control. Fires, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, blizzards, volcanoes erupting, things like that. So you have to be mindful of those things every day. Even though you might live on a part of the globe that you might not be affected by bad weather. You might not be somewhere where snow affects you, but heat does. You might be somewhere where heat doesn't affect you, but earthquakes do. You might be somewhere where earthquakes or heat or extreme cold don't affect you, but tornadoes do, hurricanes do. So be mindful of that. Like you may think, okay, I'm gonna move to this part of the world to escape this, and then okay, you may escape the heat or cold or snow or blizzards or fires, and then you may be somewhere where earthquakes come more often than those other things I just mentioned. Or you might escape those earthquakes, and now you around where it be constant fires. Or you may get away from those fires, and you could be around volcanoes. You get away from volcanoes, and now it could be hurricanes. It could be tornadoes. So no matter what part of the globe you on, it's going to be something that's catastrophic, that's out of our control, that we can't mentally or psychologically or even spiritually prepare for. It's just got to happen, and we just could pray that we survive or make it through, or our loved ones survive and make it through, or whatever we have, our cars, our homes, you know, our belongings could survive. Because a lot of times, some people could be in places where it's an earthquake and it affects someone else and it doesn't affect them at all. So you could be in a situation where it could be a fire and you can get out and you can get majority of your things out. Somebody else can't make it out at all. Or you could be in a situation where it's a tornado and you don't lose property or anything like that, but someone else does. You could be in a situation where it's a hurricane and your residency or your home don't get flooded, but somebody else does. So you can't always pre-assume that just because you live somewhere and you trying to get away from something else that you won't bump into or run into something else that's catastrophic. And those things, earthquakes, fires, tornadoes, hurricanes, blizzards, things like that, tornadoes, we can't control that. Uh, don't matter how much of a good person you are or a bad person you are or a positive person you are or a negative person you are. A fire is not going to say, well, okay, this family right here, these people been positive, so we're not going to burn down their home. Fire don't know nothing but to burn. A hurricane don't know nothing but for it to be catastrophic. An earthquake don't know nothing but it's moving the earth. That's all it knows. Or it's moving that part of the earth, so to speak. So it's not so your character have nothing to do with these catastrophic events. And some people think that, well, I'm saying I'm a good person. This won't happen. The earthquake won't get me. Why not? A hurricane won't hit me. Why not? My home won't get flooded. Why not? My, my residence can't catch on fire. Why not? Like anything extreme like that, we all could be subject to that. So that's why it's important, though, when you do have a good relationship or a good rapport with someone, because you don't know if you could get in that circumstance or that situation. And you might not have nothing to do with that fire. But however, it could be your neighbor. And now that fire could catch to your house or your home or your apartment or your condo. And now that you have some sort of a decent rapport or relationship with a neighbor or with someone else, they could be like, yo, I know right now things catastrophic. I can't help you do much, but okay, let's just say if you can't stay there, they may say, but I can hold some of your belongings in my home or in my house. You know what I mean? They might not be able to let you stay there, but they can hold some of your things. It's like, okay, well, the things that was safe or did get saved, I'll hold those things for you. You know what I mean? Because you never know how catastrophic something like that can be. And lately, in certain parts of the country, we've been having catastrophic snow, catastrophic increment cold weather, and some people have lost loved ones. People have passed away, and you know what I mean. And some people prior to that have maybe been homeless, or they maybe was already living in a situation where they didn't have heat, but they didn't have hot water. And they had to sacrifice now because it got cold. So it's like now they got to shack up in blankets. And they might have to use candles or whatever to keep their residents warm. And now that could have turned into a fire. Or they got a space heater or something that they've been using as heat. And now they've been letting that run all night because they've been cold. And that turned into a fire. So at the end of the day, you never know. You never know how catastrophic something could be based off something else. That's why I don't take anything for granted. That's why I say little things like a peanut butter jelly sandwich to me is like a Thanksgiving meal, because I came from those harsh situations where I know what it's like to be living outside and it get too hot or get too cold or I get rained on or I get snowed on. Or I've been just in situations where I underestimated something. I undervalued something. It's like I've been living in. It's like, okay, well, we had a hurricane. It's like that everything then got flooded. So, okay, we was living in a pretty decent situation, but now we had a hurricane. Everything got flooded. No more clothes. The lights have got, went out because the water have flooded the electricity lines or the power lines. It's like now it won't be power for 30 days. It won't be power for 2 months or whatever. So now you got to live around that. You got to live through that. And I don't have no family members to go to, or I don't have no friends to go to. You know what I mean? So now I got to work around those circumstances and situations. Now I got to get the water out. After I get the water out, I got to wait for the power company, Con Edison, whoever, to come fix that. Who knows how long that's going to take? Or I might not have the funding to get it fixed. So who knows how long I'm going to be in this catastrophic situation. That's why, for me, I take nothing for granted. That's why I say peace world. That's why I want to see everybody getting along. That's why I want to see everybody being peaceful, because you never know when you need someone. You never know that. Other things that could be catastrophic in these type of situations. Quick story, quick example. I knew a family member. They was extremely sick, right? And they needed a transplant. And nobody in my family was able to give them the transplant that they needed. Whether that was due to blood type, whether that was due to whatever it was was just nobody in my family that could supply that demand that was needed at the time. And they had to go to someone else that wasn't of my culture, and they was able to help them out. They was able to help them with whatever they needed, a kidney, a liver, whatever it was. And I was extremely excited, but I was extremely humbled as well, because it's like, look, see how not categorizing someone or not judging someone or not being judgmental of someone just because they don't look like me, they was able to help though. And that opened up my mind to say, you know what though, I can't be that way. I understand I may have disagreements with people and I may go through things with people, but that don't mean everybody deserves to get that same treatment or that same criticism. Just because I don't get along with my cousin and he get along with my brother, that don't mean I'm gonna be mad at my brother because my brother get along with my cousin and I don't. So what I'm saying is, just because somebody else may get along with somebody that I have a disagreement with, that don't mean that person that get along with that person I have a disagreement with. I have a problem with that person that gets along with that person I have a disagreement with. I have no issue with that person. But I'm learning some people think that way. It's like, okay, well, that person don't like them, and I like that person that don't like the other person. I'm going to dislike that person too. I don't think like that, because that person didn't do anything to me. I have to have a relationship to find out if me and that person won't get along. But if I didn't have a relationship with that person, I'm not going to dislike them because my brother disliked them. That's my brother. That's how my brother see them. No problem. What happens when I don't get along with my brother? Now I want everybody else to dislike my brother or to hate my brother? Nah, I don't see things like that. I always think about the worst so I can always prepare for the best. I don't see the best and then look for the worst. No, I look for the worst so I can always prepare for the best. I have a reverse mentality with things. Like I said, I'm going to say that one more time. I look for the worst so I could prepare for the best, instead of me looking for the best. And then when the worst come, I don't know how to deal with it. I'm already dealing with the worst. So now when the best come, I can just smile and be happy. You know what I mean? But if I'm like, you know what, that's my brother. I don't get along with my brother. I want everybody else to agree with me and disagree with my brother. Nah, everybody may agree with my brother and disagree with me. I'm not mad at those people though, because they may see what my brothers say. Just because I don't see it, I'm not mad at them. You know what I mean? Just because I don't see eye to eye with my brother and everybody else do, that don't mean that my brother's dead right and I'm dead wrong either. They just agree with my brother. No problem. But I'm not mad at those people. I don't resent those people because they agree with my brother. So my point is that when you prepare for things that's catastrophic, mentally you know how to deal with things when they come. But if it's like you above something, like a hurricane can't get you, or earthquake can't get you, or fire can't get you, or a tornado can't get you. It's like, how not? It can affect anybody. But if you have the right relationships with people, you never know who can help you or how they can help you. And culture or nationality, from my perspective, should have nothing to do with that. Just like if you need a body transplant, if somebody, you need a liver or a lung or something like that, nationality should have nothing to do with that. So that's why I don't be stuck on those things. Because at the end of the day, what happens if you do need help from someone and they don't look like you? You're not going to take it? Or you're just going to be like, no, I really need it, so I took it? Like, I want anybody to help me when I need help. I don't care how they look. I just want them to be sincere about helping me. I'm going to say that again. I don't care how they look. I just want them to be sincere about helping me. I don't care about none of that. Well, they not black, so I don't want the help. Or they white. They really trying to trick me into helping me. Or they Asian. They don't know what it is to help people that look like me. I don't know that. I know I need help. So since I need help, I need it. I don't care who gives it to me. I'm just blessed, and God has blessed me and the people that want to help me. Vice versa. I'm willing to help anybody out. I'm not going to say, well, I'm not going to help them because they're not black. I'm not going to help them because they're Jewish or because they're Italian or because they're Asian. I want to help anybody. And again, whoever willing to help me, I appreciate that. But I'm not looking at it like, well, because they're this, they can't help me. I don't know that. And again, we all go through catastrophic situations. So you don't know what situation you may be in. So don't pre-assume anything about anyone. Always be prepared, like I said, for the worst. So when the best come, it's not a problem. It's not an issue. So it's like, all right, cool. I was already prepared for the worst. So now that the best is here, I'm thankful. But I'm not prepared for the best because when the worst comes, now I might not be prepared for that. I'm prepared for the worst. So I can get the best. I like to do everything in reverse. So that's just some food for thought, guys. Tap in. Let me know how you see it. Don't forget, memberships are available. Tap into those membership, guys, because certain videos will be going under membership. And if you want access to the videos or exclusive access to the videos, become a member. The Cash App is New Legend 77. Till next time, peace, power, L'chaim, shalom, assalamu alaikum. Peace, world.